Hello students, hope you are all well. Okay, today in earlier videos we have already discussed all the properties of addition as well as how to perform addition for the rational numbers. Okay, so today we are going to discuss about the subtraction of rational numbers. Okay, I'm going to send you the link of earlier videos as well. Okay, so you can refer to the concepts of addition of rational numbers. Okay, today we are just going to discuss in this video we are particularly going to discuss about subtraction of rational numbers. Okay, so what do we mean by subtraction of rational numbers? For example, we have two rational numbers, one is a upon b and another one is c upon d. We have two rational numbers, a upon b and c upon d. So what do we mean by subtraction? If we have minus a upon b, this is a, plus c upon d, then we are going to perform subtraction. Or we have c upon d, sorry, minus c upon d and plus a upon b. In that case also we are going to perform subtraction. So what happens in subtraction is, a subtraction is a procedure in which sign of both the terms included are different. If the signs are different, then we perform subtraction. If the signs are same, then we perform addition. Okay, one more thing about the subtraction, usually the questions come as in the format of subtract a upon b from c upon d. This is the usual format of the question. Subtract this number from this number. So what do we do? How do we operate through this? Understanding the question is very important here. We have to subtract this number from this number. So first of all, we will put on the number after the sign. We will put on the number after this from, that is c upon d, and put in a negative sign before the number earlier from. Okay, so if we want to subtract a number from another number, we put on that another number at the initial position, we put on a minus sign, and then we put on the next number. Okay, fine. Next I'm going to talk about briefly the, okay, I've not taken the examples because I'm taking the questions from the book Math Bliss. Okay, I am going to discuss the question from the exercise. First of all, let's revise a bit of the theory. Okay, properties of subtraction. First of all, subtraction holds no particular properties as such. In addition, we had closure property. We had that is also applicable for subtraction. Closure property is if a rational number is subtracted from another rational number, then the result is always the result is always a rational number. Okay, if you subtract a rational number from another rational number, the result is always a rational number. Okay. Okay, apart from closure property, not other properties are applicable for it. For example, we had commutative property. So in commutative property, for addition we had a plus b is equals to b plus a, but for the rational number this is not applicable. A minus b is not equal to b minus a, where both a and b are rational numbers. Okay, so a minus b is not equal to b minus a. We are going to discuss their examples in the exercise. Next is associative property. So what we have learned till now, that closure property is applicable for subtraction, commutative property is not applicable for subtraction, and next is associative property, incidentally, which also is not applicable for subtraction. Okay, associative property is A minus B minus C is not equal to A minus B minus C. Okay, as you can easily see, if we open the bracket on the left hand side, we will get A minus B plus C, and if we open the bracket on right hand side, we will get A minus B minus C. So there is a difference at the sign of C on LHS as well as RHS. So you can easily observe that associative property is also not applicable. Not applicable here also. A, comma B and C are all rational numbers. Okay. Moving on, next part. Next is we have come to the exercise. I've started from question number 3. Okay, I've taken the question number 3 because I'm going to once again discuss the format of LCM. Okay, like in addition, you should, if you are not able to get it, please review the earlier videos. Okay, they are quite important for your base. Okay, like in addition, in subtraction also we have two types of question. One when the denominators are same, another when the denominators are different. So like in addition, in subtraction also, when denominators are same, we just subtract the numerator. Okay, when the denominators are different, first of all we make the denominator same by taking the LCM. After that we are going to do the subtraction part. Okay, so this is question number 3, B part. Question is minus 2 upon 13. We have to subtract minus 2 upon 13 from minus 11 upon 13. Okay, first of all we will write it into proper mathematical form. This will be minus 11 upon 13 will come to forward, subtraction sign, and then minus 2 upon 13. Okay, I'm going to simplify the signs. This will be minus 11 upon 13 plus 2 upon 13. As you can clearly observe that the denominators for both the numbers are same. Denominators are already same. Therefore, what we are going to do is we are going to take the common denominator and write down the numerator as they are. So your final answer will be minus 9 upon 30. Okay. Let's see next question. Next question is question number 4. In this question, there is no from, but the denominators are different. So first of all, what we need to do is we need to make the denominator same. So C part of question number 4, this is minus 4 upon 13 minus 5 upon 26. Okay, so first of all we are going to take LCM of 13 and 26. 13 and 26. 13 ones are 13, 13 twos are 26, 2 1 1. So the LCM is 13 twos are 26. So what do we need is we need to multiply the denominators with a proper number to make it equal to 36. LCM we get as 26. Okay. So for the first number, what we are going to do is, for the first number, we are going to multiply numerator and denominator by 2. Why? So as to make it so as to make denominator equal to 26. Similarly, for the second number, we are going to multiply numerator and denominator by 1 because denominator is already 26. Okay. So in this manner, the first term of the question became minus 8 upon 26, and the second term minus sign and minus sign. This becomes positive 5 upon 26. Once the denominator are same, we take the common denominator and write the numbers as they are. Minus 8 plus 5 is minus 3 upon 26. This is your final answer. Okay. Moving on, question number 5. Question number 5 is, in question number 5 you have 3 terms. Okay, so we will evaluate according to it. First of all, B part, question number 5, B part is 11 upon 12 minus 1 upon 4 minus 2 upon 3. Okay, so once again what we need to do is we need to determine the value of LCM. We need to determine the LCM of all the denominators. Denominators are 3, 4 and 2. So first of all, let us take 3. 3 4s are 12. 4 1 4 1 1. Okay. So LCM in this case is going to be 3 4s are 12. 3 4s are 12. Okay. So what we need to do is we need to convert the denominator of each and every term in 12. Denominator of first number is already 12. So we will multiply it by 1 minus 1 upon 4 into what should we multiply it with 4 to get 12? That is 3 minus 2 upon 3 into 4 by 4. Okay, so this will be 11 upon 12 minus plus 3 upon 12 minus 8 upon 12. Okay, now the denominators are same, so we take the common denominator, write the numerator as they are. 11 plus 3 is 14 minus 8 upon 12. So you will get 6 upon 12, that is on simplifying 1 upon 2. Okay, so this becomes our final answer. Final answer is 1 upon 2. 1 upon 2 is half. Next, see question number 6. In question number 6, we have multiple terms. Let me write it down clearly for you. 1 upon 3 minus 5 upon 6 minus 7 upon 4 plus 5 upon 3 minus 1 upon 2. Okay, so we have numerous numbers. We have numerous numbers in the denominator. So first of all, what we are going to do, what I am going to do is arrange them in proper order. What do I mean by arrange them in proper order? Okay, first of all, I am going to see if I have so many numbers, I have to compute, I have to simplify so many numbers, so many rational numbers. So first of all, the simplest approach to that will be, first of all, I will rearrange the rational numbers by their denominator. I will rearrange the rational numbers such that same denominator numbers are together and so on. So first of all, I will rewrite it as 1 upon 3 plus 5 upon 3 because both the denominators are same, and rest of the numbers as they were, 5 upon 6 minus 7 upon 4 and minus 1 upon 2. First of all, I will simplify first two numbers. Okay, first of all, I will simplify first two numbers. This will be common denominator 3. Common denominator is 3 and 1 plus 5 minus 5 upon 6 minus 7 upon 4 minus 1 upon 2. Okay, so this is 6 upon 3 minus 5 upon 6 minus 7 upon 4 minus 1 upon 2. Okay, I'm not going to simplify 6 upon 3 because the calculation process is still going on. So what we need to do is we need to determine the LCM. LCM of 3, 6, 4 and 2. So first of all, 3, 1, 2, 4, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, and 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. So the LCM is 3 into 2, 6, 6 into 2, 12. LCM is going to be 12. So we need to convert each of the denominator into 12. Okay, so this will be 6 upon 12 is 3 4s are 12, 4 upon 4 minus 5 upon 6 into 2 upon 2 minus 7 upon 4 into 3 upon 3 minus 1 upon 2 into 6 upon 6. Okay, what we are doing here is we are converting all the denominators into 12. So this will be 12, 6 4s are 24 minus 12, 10 minus 12, 7 3s are 21 minus 12 and 6. Okay, now we have same denominator, so we are taking common denominator. This will be 12 minus 10 minus 21 minus 6, 24 minus 10 minus 21 minus 6 will be minus 37 upon 12. On simplifying it, you will get 13 minus 13 upon 12. That will be your final answer. Okay, yeah, minus 13 upon 12, that will be your final answer. Okay, so in case you have lots of terms, First of all, what you are going to do is you are going to take the terms together. You are going to take the terms, put the terms together with the common denominator. Okay. First of all, you take the common denominator terms together, simplify them. After that, you make the you take the LCM and you simplify with making the denominator same. Okay. Okay. Next is what should be added to 7 upon 15 to get minus 2 upon 5. Let me write down the question. This is question number 7. What should be added to 7 upon 15 to get minus 2 upon 5? Okay, what should be added to 7 upon 15 to get minus 2 upon 5? Fine. So let's see. Okay, what should be added to 7 upon 15 to get minus 2 upon 5? Solution will be, let us first add, let x be added to minus to 7 upon 15 to get minus 2 upon 5. That means x plus 7 upon 15 should be equal to minus 2 upon 5. This is a kind of word problem. So in the word problem, we need to determine the value with applying some logic. So I am applying the logic is, I don't know what should be added to the 7 upon 15 to get minus 2 upon 5. So I imagine it to be x. Okay. On the basis of that, I formulate an equation. And on solving the equation, I can get the value of x. That should be the final result. So this will be x is equals to minus 2 upon 5. When 7 upon 15 is transported to the right hand side, this will be minus 7 upon 15. Okay, once again, since the denominators are different, so we will take the LCM of 15 and 5. 5 3s are 15, 5 1s are 5, 3, 1, 1. So LCM is going to be 50. So for the right hand side, for the right hand side, we are going to convert it into common LCM. Okay, so for the first term, it should be multiplied with 3. 3 2s are 6. Second term should be multiplied with 1. Okay, we can take LCM directly like this as well. Let me write it more properly for you. For the sum of the slower students, minus 2 into 3 minus 7 into 1. Okay, so this will be x is equals to minus 6 minus 7 upon 50. Minus 6 minus 7, this is minus 13 upon 50. So minus 13 upon 15 should be added to 7 upon 15 to get minus 2 upon 5. Okay, let's see the last question of the exercise. Question is, let me rewrite the question. Question number 10 is, Samita bought 3.5 liters of milk. She used 1 3/4 liter milk to make sweet dish. How much milk is left with her? How much milk is left with her? We have to determine the value of milk left with her. Okay, so let me try to explain this. Question is, there is a girl called Samita. She bought 3.5 liters of milk. So suppose this is the ball and this is 3.5 liters of milk. Okay, so out of this 3.5 liters, she has taken a certain portion. How much? This is total is 3.5 liter. She has taken out 1 3/4 liter of milk to make sweets. She has taken out 1 3/4 liters of milk to make sweets. Okay, she has taken out 1 3/4 liter of milk to make sweets. Okay, she has made a sweet out of this much milk. So we have to determine how much milk is remaining with her. We have to determine this value of milk. Okay, so how do we do it? We subtract 1 3/4 liters from 3 1/2 liters. Okay, so its solution will be milk is equals to 3.5 liters minus 1 3/4 liters. Okay, as we can see, these are in improper fraction form. First of all, we will convert them into fraction form. Okay, mixed fraction. These are mixed fraction. We will convert into proper or improper fraction, whatever they are. 2 3s are 6, 6 plus 1 7/2 minus 4 1s are 4, 4 plus 3 7/4. Okay, so we have to subtract 7/4 from 7/2. So first of all, we will take the LCM. LCM is going to be 4. Okay, numerator of first number is to be multiplied by 2 and numerator of second number is to be multiplied by 1. In this manner, you will finally have 14 minus 7/4 is equals to 7/4 liters, or you can say 1 3/4 liters. So this much milk is remaining, and after consuming 1 3/4 liter of milk, or you can say that at almost half of the milk has exactly half of the milk has been consumed for making sweets, and remaining half of the milk is remaining. Okay, based on the concepts of addition and subtraction as well as their properties, I will arrange an assignment for you, so you need to go through that and prepare it. Okay, thank you for your time.